Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel and we are going to continue with class 9 history chapter number 3 and this is the sixth video of this series and the name of the lesson was Nazism and the Rise of Hitler. And we have already done 5 videos earlier. All these are given in the playlist. You can see the earlier videos and the next upcoming videos also will be given very soon, so you can see the whole lesson. You can understand the whole lesson by going through the videos that we have given in this channel. Now let us proceed with unit number 3, that is the Nazi worldview. Here we talk about the worldview, that means what did the world think about the Nazis and how did the Nazi ideology spread and what were the main features of the Nazism. So let us read about what was the main ideology behind Nazism and how did Hitler try to present Nazism in his own way. Let us read. The crimes that the Nazis committed were linked to a system of belief and a set of practices. So here we come to know that the Nazis, whatever they had done, were actually there was a link. It was linked to a system of belief, and the people had a preconditioned belief about some particular way of life and how the society should be, and a set of practices. There must be certain kind of methodology and practices that should be followed, and this was the main thing associated with Nazism. Nazi ideology was synonymous. Synonymous means same to same as with Hitler's worldview. So what Hitler thought about the society should be and how the world should be, according to that only the Nazi ideology also developed. As you can understand that the Nazis were mostly following the Hitler's ideology here. So that is why it is considered that Nazi ideology was synonymous with Hitler's worldview. So according to this ideology, there was no equality between the people. According to Hitler also and according to the Nazis also, the equality between the people or among the different races of the people was not there. All were from different background and different races, but only a racial hierarchy was there. A racial hierarchy means here you have to talk about the races, like one race or one group of people are higher than the other and the other is at the lower end, so they are weak or they are not so superior as the other group. The other groups may be inferior. So in this view, is like, if we talk about race, we can say that the Aryan race is there, the African race. Under African race, so many sub races also you can find. So these are different types of races, like we have the Mongoloids, then we have the Caucasian, etc. So these all races of the people. Races defined like what kind of hair we have. Some people have black hair, some have like golden hair, white hair, etc. And eyes also, the color of the eyes also may vary from one person to another, etc. like that. So this people divided the world on the basis of the races of the people, on their appearance and where they originated from. So in this view, the hierarchy that he said, the racial hierarchy, in this view, the blonde means the people, those who had golden hair or the white hair, and blue eyed, their eyes were mainly blue, and they were from the Nordic German Aryans. These people were at the top. The Nordic German Aryans are the race, they must be put at the highest. They are the most superior of all the races, and that is why they will be put at the top of the racial hierarchy. While the Jews, the people, those who were following the Jewish religion, they were located at the lowest rung. Like they were not good looking, and their noses were quite long, and they were like quite odd looking personalities. That is why they were like placed at the lowest rung, and they came to be regarded as an anti-race or anti-race. Why? Because they were considered the arch enemies or the permanent enemies of the Aryans. All the other colored people, those who were not Nordic German Aryans, they were placed in between depending upon their external features. So according to how the people look, their color of the eyes, their color of the hair, their skin color, their different appearances, they were having different external features. They were based on that, and they were categorized on the basis of the race. Now, Hitler's racism borrowed from thinkers like Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer. These two were great scientists, and they were the people who gave the idea to about racism. Actually, they had not given this about human beings, but they had given about these animals. But Hitler misunderstood, and he took the theories that were given by Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer. Like, Darwin was a natural scientist who tried to, Charles Darwin, I think everybody has come to know about him till now. So Charles Darwin, in your science book, you have maybe read that he was a natural scientist who tried to explain the creation of the plants and animals through the concept of evolution. Like, evolution has happened and natural selection. So how the people will be evolved from one particular form to another. Like earlier, many scientists say people were monkeys, and after that, from monkeys they became human beings. So this is how evolution takes place, and the primitive man, then the modern man, in that way. And natural selection means like the nature also has a particular way of selecting those who are the fittest. They only will be able to survive. Even Herbert Spencer later added the idea of survival of the fittest. According to Herbert Spencer, among the animals, those who are the most fittest, or those who are the most strongest of all, they only will be able to survive, while the weak animals or the weak ones will perish or they will die, as you can see in the case of many animals and in the natural world. According to this idea, only those species survived on Earth that could adapt themselves to the changing climatic conditions. As you know, our Earth has undergone a lot of climatic changes. Like, there was the cold ice age, there was also a great change in the atmosphere. So those animals those species which could change according to the different changing climatic conditions, they only could survive. Those who could not, they had to die. So we should bear in mind that Darwin never advocated human intervention in what he thought was a purely natural process of selection. We must also keep in mind that Darwin never said that humans have intervened, humans have interfered, that in the natural selection, that which species will be strong and which species will be weak. So here we come to know his ideas, however, were used by the racist thinkers and politicians to justify the imperial rule over the conquered peoples. However, many ideas were taken from him by the racist thinkers and politicians. They justified that yes, we are more stronger, we are the imperial rulers, we will follow colonialism, and in that way they used that survival of the fittest, as they said that our race is much stronger or much superior than the native people who were like tribals or the backward. So we have the right to control them, as accordingly given by the scientific theory. So in that way, they tried to justify the imperial rule over the conquered peoples of the different areas or different countries and places. The Nazi argument was very simple. It is the strongest race would survive and the weak ones would survive. So according to the Nazi, their argument was that the strongest race, the most superior race will survive, and the weak ones, those who are not able to fight, they will perish or they will die. The Aryan race was the finest one according to them, and it had to retain its purity and become stronger and dominate the whole world. So it is the duty of the Germans to become more stronger and remain pure and also dominate, take over the control of the whole world also, as they are considered to be the most superior of all the races. The other aspect of Hitler's ideology was related to the geopolitical concept of Lebensraum. The Lebensraum means living space. So here he wanted to say that how the living space will be extended and how the people will be trying to live in a defined territory beyond the territory of the native country. He believed that new territories had to be acquired for settlement. All these places would enhance the area of the mother country, and the mother country would become quite big and enable the settlers, the new settlers, the people, those who would be a part of the country would be able to get new lands to retain an intimate link with their place of the origin. So suppose the people of Germany who will go outside, and those conquered areas, they will settle there. So they will make a small Germany there also, and they will try to retain their link, intimate link, very close link with the place of their origin, that is the original country of Germany. It would also enhance the material resources and the power of the German nation, and all the resources, the minerals, the things and the power, all these things would be related to and make Germany a super nation. Hitler intended to extend German boundaries by moving eastwards, and to concentrate or put together all Germans geographically in one place. So he wanted to make his Germany more bigger in area, and the territorial expansion should be there. And with that only, he first experimented with Poland. So Poland was a small country nearby, and Poland became the laboratory for this experimentation. As we can do different experiments in the lab, same way he chose this country called Poland, and it began how he first started, that is the invasion in 1939. Next topic is 3.1, establishment of the racial state here. So here we'll come to know that how the state was based on the superior races. Once in power, the Nazis quickly began to implement their dream of creating an exclusive racial community of only the pure Germans by physically eliminating all those who were seen as undesirable in the extended empire. So here we come to know that once the Nazis began to implement their dream, they said that only the people, those who were pure Germans, those who were not crossbred, those who did not have connection with other racial community by birth or anything, they will be the main people in power, and they will physically eliminate those who are like undesirable. They should not live in this extended empire, in this great Germany. Nazis only wanted a society of pure and healthy Nordic Aryans. They said that our society should be only filled with good looking people, pure, healthy Nordic Aryans, those who belong to the Aryan race. They alone were considered desirable, and they only should be desired in the society. Then only the society will be a better one and will be the most important society in the world. Only they were seen as worthy of prospering and multiplying against all others who were classed as undesirable. And all the other people who were there in the country, they were considered to be undesirable, and they were not required to stay there. This meant that even those Germans, it does not mean that all Germans were liked by the Nazis. It meant that the Germans, those who were seen as impure or abnormal, or they were handicapped or crippled, had no right to exist, because only the able-bodied or only the healthy people only can stay there. Under the euthanasia program, that is how they are giving injection and they are killing the crippled and handicapped. It is like a kind of punishment. So this is called mercy killing also in many countries. So under this euthanasia program, this Helmut's father, as you remember, Helmut's father was a doctor. So he, along with other Nazi officials, had condemned to death many Germans who were considered mentally or physically unfit. Now we come to know why Helmut's father committed suicide, because he also as a doctor was involved with the euthanasia program, and is this way he had also given death to many Germans who were innocent, but only their guilt or their what you can say crime was that they were mentally or physically unfit. Apart from them, Jews were those people, those who were following the Jewish religion. They were not the only community classified as undesirable. There were others also. Like many gypsies were there. Like gypsies are, the meaning is given there, you can see at the end of the page. So gypsies are those people, like those who are not mainly from Germany, but they had their roots in other country also, like India also you can see. And they are like not permanent settlers, but they keep on moving from one place to another. And the blacks, those who had no connection in Germany, but they had been brought as slaves earlier, so they had been staying there in Germany. These blacks and gypsies in Nazi Germany were considered as racial inferior. They were quite low in comparison to the Nordic Aryans, and they threatened the biological purity of the superior Aryan race. So here we come to know that these people were considered to be not a part of the German society and Nazi society, we can say, and they were widely persecuted. They were systematically punished so that they would be not a part of this Nazi ideology. Even Russians and Poles, even the people, those who belong to Russia, and the Poles means the people of Poland, were considered subhuman. Like they were not considered as proper human like the Nordic Aryans, and hence undeserving of any humanity, and that is why they were not considered even human also. Now, when Germany occupied Poland and parts of Russia, captured civilians were forced to work as slave labor. many parts were captured by Germany, and those areas like Germany captured Poland and parts of Russia also. Whoever were captured, these Russians and these Poles, they were forced to work, that you have to work as slave, like you have no independence, and they, many of them simply died through hard work and starvation. There was no food given to them and too much of hard work. Many perished and died because of this kind of atrocities. But apart from all these, Jews remained the worst sufferers in Nazi Germany. Why? Because Nazi hatred of the Jews had a precursor in the traditional Christian hostility towards the Jews. Because this hatred towards the Jews, the Nazis' hatred towards the Jews, was not a new thing. It had a precursor, means in the traditional, many like thousands of years ago, like you see, like you're writing 2020, 2021, like that. So in that way, 2000 comes from when the Jesus Christ was born. So when Jesus Christ was there at the time, these Jews only were associated as the killers of Jesus Christ. So they have been stereotyped as the killers of Jesus Christ and usurers. Usurers means like money lenders, those who take away others things, like by torturing them, or by taking advantage of their suffering. So this many years ago, thousands of years ago, when Jesus Christ was killed by some Jews maybe, but why do what wrong did the Jews do now? But they had been stereotyped as the killers of Christ, and until the medieval times, in the medieval times, like up to 15th century and all, the Jews were barred from owning land. They were not told that they could own land also, and they had to live on rent. They mainly survived through trade and money lending, and they lived through periodic organized violence and expulsion from the, they were even like lived in separate market areas called ghettos. Okay, marked areas, sorry, not market areas, marked areas called ghettos. And here we come to know that this was the condition of the Jews even now also, like during the time of during the time of Hitler. So they were often persecuted during the time of Hitler through periodic organized violence and expulsion from the land. They were told to go away from their land. They were forcibly told that you cannot stay here, and there was a lot of violence whenever the Jews were involved. However, Jews were hated by Hitler because it was based on pseudo-scientific theories of race. The pseudo-scientific means half scientific here. So here he says that conversion was no solution to the Jewish problem. So if many Jews say that if you are against the Jewish religion, we will change our religion and become Christian, because Christian Jesus will follow Jesus and all everything like that. Still he said that conversion was no solution to the Jewish problem. It could be solved only through total elimination. So conversion is not the solution, but we have to completely kill, and we have to completely tell them that they have to be eliminated. They will be killed in the from this world, then only the problem will be solved. That is the final solution. So this is what we came to know, that the Jews had been termed as the killers of Jesus Christ, and how they were criticized, and how they were even punished and killed also. From 1933 to 1938, the Nazis terrorized, pauperized, means made them poor and poor day by day, poorer and poorer day by day, and segregated, means separated the Jews in one group, separate groups, compelling them to leave the country. And they were even forced to leave the country. I think you remember the story of Anne Frank also, how she also belonged to the Jewish family, and how she was also compelled to leave, and she was in a concentration camp and she died. The next phase from 1939 to 1945 aimed at concentrating them in certain areas and eventually killing them in gas chambers in Poland. And finally we come to know there was a time in 1939 to 1945 where many such kind of prisoners were kept in different concentration camps, and gas chambers were there in Poland, and ultimately they died. Okay, next we will read 3.2 the racial utopia, but it will be in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.